Yeah.
I feel like we're becoming too, what's the word? Like we feel like we're entitled for a lot of stuff. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I totally can see that. It's also like you see like the people. I think growing up here, you
Yep.
get that entitlement in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't feel the same um hardships, I guess. So then you just like feel like this is how life is supposed to be. I think that's a
Yeah.
lot of it.
And I think it's gonna get not as I'm not gonna say worse. It's just gonna get more extreme with the next generation because they're gonna have more spare time and they're gonna have more stuff to do. You know, technology involved, things like that. I mean, obviously you can see that with Gen Z. So we talked about it last week. Remember last time we talked about this,
Yeah,
the cancel culture thing?
cancel culture. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we also
Yeah.
talked about this last week, where it was like, oh yeah, like our parents went through a lot of struggles, and they didn't have
Yeah.
time to
To
just
cancel
sit there
culture.
and just they didn't have time to sit there and complain about stuff. They're like, we have to like
Yeah.
get to work so we can live and like survive. And we're over
Yeah.
here like, oh, our parents did all of that struggling, and when we're over here, we're like, oh, we don't see the struggle as much. And like every
Yeah.
generation going forward doesn't really see the struggle the same way as generation.
Well,
Right.
I think it's a first world country thing too. Also, like there's
Yeah, I think so. Like, if you listen to people who went through like wars and stuff afterward, they always seem very like appreciative of life, and they don't worry about these little things because like there's so much worse that could happen.
on the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of things going on way worse than has happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
100%
if you don't see the struggle, or if you don't see like something
Yeah.
bad, you just don't have that to compare to. So I think that's what's going on. It's like we haven't
Also-
seen that type of struggle in a while. Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's gotta be a better way to learn that lesson without actually getting into that struggle or seeing that struggle. I mean, like you would think that you could be more humble enough to do that in a sense, but you're not.
But how do you?
I totally disagree.
How do you teach that?
Yeah.
How do you?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that there has to be a way to teach that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather not see someone suffer to something to teach that moment.
I guess that's
You know?
you'd rather that not, but like I don't.
No,
I don't see.
I don't want
way,
to see somebody suffering.
I don't see a way to replicate
that
type of emotion, that type of, like it's.
So you think it's an emotional knowledge that you got to absorb through pain first before you learn from it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I think it's true.
I mean, I don't know.
You have to struggle.
Like how do you show that you're struggling without actually struggling? It says it.
No. I'm not saying show. No, that's a different thing. Though we're talking about two different things now. I'm not saying that we have to show that they're struggling, right? I'm just saying that in order to appreciate something that you have today, you don't necessarily have to go through the struggle to appreciate what you have today. I'm just saying there's got to be there's another way to learn from that, right? For example, I've learned from my parents that their struggle in a sense. I don't want to go through that struggle.
Yeah, but you've heard or you've seen the struggle that they've gone
I heard
through,
it. I heard from
right?
it. Yeah.
And like you have firsthand knowledge of people that are going through that. If you didn't have that, if it's like your kids where you didn't actually go through the struggle, but you talk about your parents going through the struggle, they don't feel it as much, right? It's just like the feelings.
No, I get
the
that.
feelings are just like get lower.
It's a memory imprint.
Right?
And again, it's kind of like a memorial imprint in your head. Okay, you don't want to go through that same stage again, right? But what I'm saying from my perspective is that I'm learning it from like, okay, you know what? I don't want to go through their struggle from my hearing from their perspective. So therefore, I'm not gonna try to, in a sense, like I'm gonna be more appreciative of what the things are, right? But you're right. But the following generations that's coming next is that, hey, your grandparents, going through this and stuff, that you should be more appreciative of certain things. Yeah, they may not see as impactful, but I wish there's a better way that we can teach them that without them going through that struggle. That's what I'm trying to get to. There has to be a better way. Like, well, you're gonna put them in a cage. Hey, go to Africa and suffer from this. What do you mean?
You can put them in a cage here in the U.S. Like,
that's true.
Get in your cage. Get in your cage.
That's so bad.
No, like
that's so bad.
Anyway,
no,
but that's so dark. Oh my god.
By the way, Karen, Robert has been getting some dark humors lately. Okay, let me tell you.
I mean, not just me. Mike has also got a dark humor, but like it's getting pretty dark in general.
No, but on a serious note, I wouldn't want somebody to suffer in order to learn something like this. In a sense, like this has to be a better way to teach that kind of appreciativeness.
Yeah, but
I think it's human nature. Like,
it's human nature, you think?
yeah, I don't think you know or empathize with someone until you go through something similar yourself, right? Like that's why we have wars and stuff. That's why we have conflict, because memory is short. People forget things really fast.
That's true. People forget things really fast, though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, like, I mean, there should be a way, but like maybe we just haven't come up with the way yet. But like right now, in what we know, it's hard to replicate that type.
So going what Karen just said, then do you think a war could be inevitable in a sense, regardless, to go through that suffering, to see the suffering again? Because, like you said, memories are short.
I don't think so. I think you just need someone to constantly remind you what are the consequences.